Okay. Once again, very good morning and thanks for joining. As per your question, Rahul, actually,
Yeah,
for example,
yeah,
okay, you are taking backup for every 5 minutes, a
yeah,
backup job.
yeah,
Okay, you are triggering every 5 minutes backup job, for
okay,
example.
yeah,
So whenever your backup job triggers, that needs some time to complete, right?
correct.
Right. So for example, it is taking 2 to 3 minutes to complete. Means overall, it is taking okay,
Eight
at
minutes.
eighth minute
Yeah,
it is completing. So
correct.
if you schedule the copy job at 5 minutes, also at 5 minutes,
Yeah,
so every 5 minutes your backup job is triggering, every 5 minutes your copy job is triggering.
correct.
Means how it can go and copy this backup file.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay,
at least
okay.
you need to give a 5 minutes grace time. So every 5 minutes the backup job is triggering,
Yeah,
every 10 minutes your copy job is
copy
triggering,
jobs. Yeah, okay, okay.
so that 5 minutes having the grace time to
Yeah,
complete this backup job, so that whenever copy job will runs, it will go and it will collect and it will copy. So
okay,
give me
okay.
5 more minutes
Yeah,
to the restore job. So
okay,
better what you can do, change the backup schedule of the backup job to 5 minutes,
okay.
copy job to 10 minutes, restore job to 15 minutes. Means there is a delay between 15 minutes only.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
Better do this one. It will
Yeah.
help you a lot.
Yeah, so like I will uh, try to implement this because this particular job keeps on failing randomly it is not the particular time but randomly it fails sometimes because it is not able to fetch that TRN file. It could not find. Yeah,
See, here two kinds of projects we will get it. One is ticketing system. One is generally you will get how many tickets you are getting.
yeah,
They will pay.
yeah, correct.
Some projects what they will do, right? How many tickets you are working, they will pay. In
Right,
that scenario,
you don't
whatever
have to do
issues
anything.
you are getting,
Yeah,
that is good. At least you are
yes,
getting some ticket. If
correct.
you are not getting any ticket, you won't get the salary.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so we have this we have this instructions from the client that please reduce the number of alerts. We should not.
Good. Actually, it's a DBA. It's as a part of DBA. That is a good approach. Okay.
Correct, correct.
As a DBA, we are not simply going to the office and working on the repeated tickets.
Yeah, correct.
We need to avoid as much as.
Yeah, sure.
So that is the best.
Okay. Thank you, Subbu.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yesterday we discussed about a basic about SQL Server architecture. So where it contains the protocol layer and DB engine. In DB engine again we are having relational engine. In relational engine again we are sorry, in DB engine again we are having storage engine, and on top of that SQL OS. SQL OS we not yet discuss anything. We will discuss it at advanced level. Okay. Protocol we discussed about the shared memory. Okay. And named pipes and TCP IP. TCP IP. So shared memory. Okay. Whenever you are using within the same server, your client and server or installed on the same server. Okay. Means applications. Your application and server are being part of, means SQL is being part of the same server. By default, it will use the shared memory. By default, it will use the shared memory. So whenever you want named pipes, means okay, if your application and server is connecting via LAN, then they will use the named pipes as per best practice. Okay, until your really application needs, we will enable the named pipes. Please make a note on, otherwise always named pipes will be in the disabled states, in the disabled states. That is also one important point you need to remember. Okay, one more point here. TCP/IP is the widely used protocol, is the widely used protocol. So eh, if you wanted to connect in a simple for your understanding, if you wanted to connect your SQL remotely, then you need to enable TCP/IP protocol. Then you need to enable TCP/IP protocol. By default, up to this, everyone clear, right? Protocols. or any confusion again? No? Yes? Okay. Now, so uh, once a user is performing either select statement or insert or update, so once it connect to the operating OS operating system via network SNA protocol, SQL Server Network Interface Protocol. Okay, once it enter into the server via okay protocols, network protocols, it will connect to the SQL engine. It will connect to the SQL engine via TDS, tabular data stream packets, network packets. Okay, network packets. Once it enter into the SQL server, okay, nothing but your database engine, your database engine. One more point yesterday we noted discuss, that is nothing but by default your TCP IP port number is 1433. By default, by default your TCP IP port number is 1433 is nothing but by default your SQL server port number is 1433, sir. By default, or default port number of SQL server is 1433. Please remember, this is one of the important point you need to remember, an important question as well. What is the default port number of SQL server? 1433. 1433 is the default port number of SQL server. That is nothing but TCP/IP port number. TCP/IP port number. Can we change the SQL server port number? Yes, we can change the port number. Where we can see the port number, we'll see, sir. Okay, the default port number is 1433. Can we change? Yes, or say you can go and change the SQL Server port number. Whatever number you want, you can go and change the SQL Server port number. But at minimum, maintain greater than okay 100. Port number can be greater than 100, and almost it can go up to 32,000 digits. Okay,
767. 32
yeah,
767, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
But we never go that much. We will maximum will use 4-digit numbers. Sir.
correct, correct.
Maximum, okay, in one client. So for example, this is my client. Okay, for example, HP is my client. Enter this client, we will use one port number. Like one for one server, we will use one port number. For another server, we'll use one more port number. No, most of the cases, okay, for entire one project, we will use one port number. That can be 1433. That can be any other unique port number. Okay, for all the SQL servers, for all the SQL servers, we will use one port number. Otherwise, it's highly difficult to remember all the different port numbers for different servers. Correct? Even that difficult for that for application team to maintain all the port numbers, different port numbers. So basically, entire for your client, we will use unique port number, one port number for all the SQL servers. But depends on the requirement, the different port numbers also we can use sometimes. So because who is deciding all this stuff? Your application team. It's purely depends on your application team. The port
So
numbers
this
can
is done
we
by
can.
application team or Windows team, like
No, we only they need to just confirm the port number.
no, but like this is done by Windows team, like means decided by Windows team, or like application team decides, like
Windows team,
because
no. See,
yeah,
application team,
okay,
no application
yeah,
team.
yeah. And I mean, this is because like to avoid that SQL injection attack, right? So this is internal to that organization. So is there any rules selecting the particular port number, or like it is a random selection?
Random, sir. They will come up with one unique port number with all discussions, their internal discussions,
Okay, okay.
and they will come to us. Okay, set this port number for SQL. So there are a lot of things will happen in the back end before you got the project to your
Uh,
client.
correct, correct.
On that discussion, mostly we won't be part of those discussions.
Yeah, yeah,
High level team will be part of the discussions where they will get all the maximum points.
correct.
Okay, please make a note. What is the default sequence of our port number? 1433. Can we change the port number? Yes, we can change the port number. We can change the port number.
And for the named instance, it is 1434, right?
No, no, sir. UDP port number is 1434, not
Ah, yeah.
named instance. Okay, named instance you can set whatever the port you want.
Okay. UDP is
SQL
1434.
server browser UDP port number is 1434,
Okay.
not
Okay.
named instance port number.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
We'll see that SQL browser service and
Yeah.
services.
Yes.
That
Yes.
time I will highlight that point. So
Sure.
default port number is 1433. Clear, sir, everyone? That is very, very important. You need to remember this port number. Okay. Now, once they connect to the database engine, every query will go to the relational engine. First, it need to parse your complete query. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about command parser, query optimizer, and query executor. Correct? Executor, optimizer. So what command parser will do? Command parser will check the syntax checks, right? Yes or no? It will check the syntax checks. Means whatever you written, that syntax is perfect or not. It will check the syntax checks, and also it will and also what it will do, sir? It will bind the request and prepare the query tree. Also, it will check one more thing. It will go to the plan cache to verify any plan is available for that respect to query. These three things will be done by your command parser. For example, for example, okay, there is a query, sir. I written one select statement. Okay, I just written one select statement. Okay, just written one select statement. Okay, now you can select everything and you can click on the parser. Okay, which is nothing but okay, control F5. You can press the control F5, or you can directly click on the parser, or you can enable at the query level set parser only. Okay, check the syntax only first. Okay, so turn it on, sir. Set the parser only. It will check the syntax sets. So for example, this syntax is perfect. Everything is perfect. Let me change the something, sir. Okay, let me change something and run the query. Okay, it will pop up that incorrect syntax near to the keyword from. So who is checking, sir? Your command parser is checking the syntax. So whatever, see, whenever you are typing little bit faster, we will type some spelling mistake. We will type some keywords which are not being used in that scenarios, right? So that everything can be checked by the your command parser. Okay, so I can understand now. So for example, once it will check the syntax X, it need to bind the request, right? And it need to prepare the query tree, correct? Yes or no? So for example, I am adding one more column, sir. This is, sir, see, this is select statement. The people who are first time listening, no worries. We will discuss lots of this kind of statements in the coming sessions. Okay, this is your select statement. This is your table. Okay, from where we are including the tables are sales dot sales order details. Okay, sales dot sales order details. So in sales dot sales order details, there is no column called emp. There is no column called emp. Please make a note on. There is no column called emp. I wanted to show you something. That's the reason I just added one column name called emp. So for example, see, select star from sales dot sales order details. Okay, so let me go to new query window and run this query, sir. So there is no column name called, okay, empc. It contains column order id. Okay, sorry, sales order id, sales order details id. Okay, carrier tracking number, order quantity, product id, sample. There is no column called employee. There is no column called employee. But what I done, I just added a column called employee, which is not being part of this table, correct? Yes or no? Yes or no? So that when you added that keyword and when you run this command to check the parser, okay, it will.
By default, that Subbu, that
Oh
parse
shit.
will.
No, once again, no. Hold on. Shit. Okay. Let me run this query again once again. Come on here. Let me don't want all this stuff. Okay. Now let me go on execute. See, your parser, okay, doesn't know anything. Only parser, again I'm telling, only parser. It doesn't know anything about what columns you mention, whether what tables you mention, whether the table is available on the database or not, whether the columns are available on that or not. It doesn't bother about all. It will just check the syntax. Parser, when you enable set parser only, it will just check the syntax of your query. I hope you got it now. See, it checked the syntax. If its syntax is perfect, but what is the issue? There is a column which is not being part of this table. Then how I can get this information? So once your syntax checks is done, once your syntax checks is done, next done is it will verify all the tables, all the columns which you are specified in the query, whether they been part of the database or not. Who will? After syntax checks only, sir. Okay, after syntax checks only, it will start verifying this one. Once the syntax checks is done, then it will start. That you can check. Basically, internally it will check, sir. No need to worry. You no need to enable all this stuff. Just I wanted to reproduce you. I'm just running these commands. Okay, you can enable set fmt format only. Okay, and turn it on and run the query once again. It will highlight whatever the tables, whatever the columns which you specified in that query, which is not being part of the database. In this database, that column is not available. In this database, the table is not available. That will verify and it will give you the pop-up. And it will give the pop-up call. Okay, so and so column, so and so table is not available. Invalid column name. Okay, so parser just parse. If you enable this option, if you enable this option, it will just parse. It doesn't verify anything, whether the column is available, tables are available or not in the database. Who will verify? Once your parse is done internally, next step is it will verify. Next step, it will verify. If you wanted to see lively, you need to enable set fmt only, only on, and then run the query so that it will verify all the tables, all the columns are being part of the database or not. It make help. Okay, that is one thing I just wanted to show you, sir. I hope you understood, right? Sir, again, everyone don't sit idle, okay?
So by default, it is off and on, right? Those two.
No, no, sir, no, sir. Internally, internal, internally, that is available. When you execute, it will pop up. No worries. Externally, if you wanted to see the algorithm, you need to enable this too, one, sir. Externally, if you wanted to see. Okay, I need to wantedly see this all this stuff. I wanted to show you, sir, for to show you how internal it is happening. Okay, first it will check the syntax X. Next, it will check all the columns, all the tables are being part of the database or not. It will check. You no need to worry. But that I wanted to show you. To show you, I just enable and turn it off and turn it on.
Right.
Make a
Right. So,
sense?
yeah. So even if I don't set it, it is going to check it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. Without check, no, not at all. I hope everyone clear. Okay. Now, yesterday what I discussed.
Subbu,
Yeah. Yes.
So if we turn both this off and we use the parse icon in the near the execute, it will check, right?
No, it will just parse, sir.
Okay,
It will just parse. Next step is nothing but that is only. That is what I just shown you. Parser will check the parse.
parse
Apart from
syntax
nothing.
only.
Apart from nothing. Next step is once your syntax check is passed. Next step, what it will do? It will verify all the tables, all the columns which are being part of the database or not. That I shown you manually, sir.
Okay, is there any icon for the format check
No,
also?
no, no, no,
No.
no.
Okay.
Now, once it verified the tables, columns, everything, now it will start preparing the query tree. Correct? So how the query tree looks like internally means internally. So to get that information, we need to enable 3604 trace file. We need to enable 3605 trace file. Two trace files we need to enable. Okay, to see the query tree of this select statement. Okay, so this is the data where you got it, like 1,21,317 rows. For that, it prepared the query tree. It prepared the query tree. This is how your query tree looks like internally. Okay, this is how your query tree looks like internally, sir. No worries, just I am just showing you. Okay, in advanced level, I will walk through about this. What is log OP? Okay, what is ANC OP? We'll see, sir. What is SAOP? What exactly these are doing internally? But no need basically. But just I will walk through. As of now, no needs are all this stuff. You never go and enable these trace files to see the query tree. But how the query trees are creating internally means this is how, sir. It contains lots of algorithms. Based on your query, the query tree varies every query. Make sense? But don't do this, don't enable all these trace files in real world. No. Okay? You no need to enable all these trace files in real world. So just if you want to do someone having some anxiety right to I want to see how the query tree looks like. Okay, that people okay you can run on your lab environment means your laptops aram se and verify just how the query tree looks like, but don't do all that stuff in real world. This trace files little bit sensitive, some trace files are. Okay, we can't do on the production box especially some trace files. Then if you're enabling the trace file, you are seeing the data. Okay, someone know that why you enable, then you need to answer why you enable this trace file, why you wanted to see the query tree. If you don't have answer, that may cause the escalations. Okay, if you are having anything, you can practice in your laptop, nothing, no one will ask. I hope you got it right, how the query tree looks like internally, face by face, sir. Once it will check the syntax, next it will check the columns, tables, and everything, join conditions, whatever you written in that query. Next it will prepare the query tree. That query tree will go to the optimizer. That query tree will go to the optimizer. Okay, once this query tree will go to the optimizer. Where is optimizer? Yeah, where is, yeah, optimizer. Okay, it will go to the optimizer. Your optimizer will prepare the execution plan, sir. Okay, your optimizer will prepare the execution plan. So this is how it will prepare one execution plan. Okay, this is how it will prepare the execution plan, one execution plan. Okay, so it will prepare the execution plan. We'll see, sir, a lot about execution plan. Yesterday night itself we completed the execution plan for the old batch with more details. So all are very important here. Only the troubleshooting will start, sir, basically. Not CPU, not memory, not IO, not always on, sir. Basically what we will think, okay, CPU is CPU is hitting high, we need to focus. Memory is hitting high, we need to focus. Sir, why CPU will hit? Basically Queries only, right? Due to query only your CPU is hitting. Due to query only your memory is hitting. Due to query only your SQL is hitting. Due to query only your database is hitting. Due to query only entire server is affecting. Your focus should be query, not others. But our focus will be CPU, memory, IO. We are not worrying about query. Query is very important, sir, because if you are not running any queries, why your CPU, memory, IO will hit on the database level, right? If no queries are running, will really SQL Server will consume CPU, memory, IO? No, right? So queries are so important. Query tuning is so important than all this stuff, sir. Once you are strong at query tuning, you will almost strong at CPU, memory, IO, whatever you are having on your mind. You will be strong. Query tuning is most powerful technique. On if you wanted to tune something, okay, of the query, execution plan is the most toughest thing where you need to concentrate more on execution plan. Here only you will get everything. You will get the cardinality estimation. Here you will get the memory info. Here you will get the set options. Here you will get the trace flags. Here you will get the weight types. Okay, here you will get the query stats. Too many things. Here you will get the too many things. Here itself you can get the too many things, or I no need to run that one, this one, whatever you are running. Till now I don't want to run all that stuff. In execution plan, if you go to the execution plan itself, you will get a lot of stuff. No worries, we'll discuss all that stuff with the presentations. Okay. So query tuning is the most powerful thing in entire our DB training, sir. We are going to spend uh, almost 15 sessions on the query tuning only, like indexes, stats, coordinate estimations, and really on the query level. We'll deep dive on the query level. Almost 10 sessions, sir. 10 to 15. Only on query tuning, not CPU, memory, IO, sir. Just 1 hour, just 1 hour, 2 hours. It is enough to understand about the CPU, memory, and IO. Everything will falls under query only, basically. If you are not running any query, any CPU will hit, no, right? My CPU will be sitting idle until unless you perform certain things. What you are performing that certain things?
Subbu, will the memory hogging affect CPU? If SQL has hogged the memory in advance, so it will be high only, right? So if no query is running right now, but still that CPU is like 98 or above 95. So will that affect, or like it will come down, like if the no queries
CPU.
are running? Yeah, CPU.
CPU will come down, sir, not memory.
Yeah, okay. Memory will not come down, right?
Memory will stay back.
Okay.
SQL loves memory, sir.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Always SQL will. I love you, memory. Okay, I hope you got it right. What is happening internally? Now, first it will check the syntax. It will verify everything. It will bind and it will prepare the query tree. Once that query tree is gone, once it is prepared, it will go to the optimizer. Your optimizer will prepare the execution plan. Okay, here the actuals are execution plan. Okay, once the plan is prepared, it will go to the executor. It will go to the executor, and this plan will store in the plan cache, sir. Okay, this plan will store in the plan cache. Okay, I will show you all that stuff in the coming sessions, how to retrieve the plans, all that stuff. No worries. This plan will store in the plan cache for time being. Okay. Next time when you are running, so next time when you are running the same query, see, I am running the same query. Okay. It will use the same plan, sir. It won't prepare again new plan, same plan. Whatever last time you got it the plan, same plan it will get it again. Because until unless you modify something, until unless you modify something, then only it will start preparing the new execution plan. We'll see, sir, all that stuff in the coming sessions. Okay, with the demos.
Yeah,
Okay.
time is reduced.
Sorry.
Time is reduced. Before it take 2 seconds, it will take 1 second now.
Oh, first time it will take definitely, sir, because data is not available in the data cache, right? So
Yeah.
data is not available in the data cache. If no data is available, it will need to get from the database. and it need to place in the data cache, and it will send to the requester.
So it
Next
is
time,
yeah,
next time, okay, already data is available in the data cache. It will directly get from the data from the data cache.
but the time depends on both the plan catch and data catch.
Plan cache, no, sir, it won't take that much time for plan cache, especially for data spinning only it will take.
Okay.
Yeah, plan cache, it is at optimizer level only. It's not execution level.
Okay.
There are lots, sir. No worries. We'll deeper. No worries. I'm just wanted to show you. See, basically, first time who are saying that you are having all the blank ideas. Correct? What is that command parser? What is that query tree? How it is? This is how, sir. Apart from nothing else, it is checking the syntax. It is verifying the columns, tables, join conditions, everything. Next, it is preparing the query tree. Okay, it is preparing the query tree. That query tree will go to the optimizer will prepare the execution plan for your query. Whatever the plan it prepared, it will store in the plan cache, and it will go to the executor will request the access method. See, executor will request the access method for the data. What data? This data. Okay, for this data, executor requests the access method. Access method can understand whatever the requests are coming from the executor based on the APIs, application programming interface. So access method is also not maintaining any data, sir. Then who is maintaining? Buffer manager. So access method sends a request to the buffer manager. Hey, I got so and so request. Can you please provide me the data? In buffer manager, we are having buffer pools. In buffer pool, we are having data cache, plan cache, log cache. Oh, those many caches are okay. Out of that, most culprit cache is data caches are. Most culprit cache is data cache. Out of all the caches, most consumer, most culprit is data cache because it is maintaining the data. Okay, so it will verify any data is available or not. So if data is available, it will get the data from here itself and sends to the user. If there is no data, it will go to the database. It will go to the database. Go to the database, get the data, copy here, and sends data to the user. That is what yesterday we discussed. Again, I just recap for today, sir, so that everyone can understand how internally SQL Server is behaving. Next time, okay, next time when you run, command parser will check plan. Okay, plan is there. It will inform to the optimizer. It will use the same plan. It will go to the executor, and it will get the data from the data cache itself. Next time, if no changes you made it at query level, at a data level, sir, in real world, multiple users are connecting to the SQL. Multiple transactions they will perform in real world, right? Yes or no? They will perform insert, update, delete, whatever they want, they will do it, sir. So whatever the changes you are performing, those changes also it will get it, sir, by this select statement. No worries. Means every time I will get only this 1 lakh records, Subbu? No. Every time you will get only 1 lakh records? No. Now I got 1,21,317. After 1 week also I will get 1,21,370. No, sir. Maybe someone has inserted, updated, deleted, right? Right? Based on that, your records will vary. Okay? No worries at all. It won't get whatever data is available in the buffer. It will validate in the database as well. Any transaction has been changed. So those transaction also it will capture and it will share it to you. All that we'll see, sir. Okay. I hope now everyone understood. The people who are starting, Sunil, Subbu, okay, Sangeeta, Mohan, Jamal. Yep, clear. Okay. Now, sir, this is about SQL Server basic architecture, sir. I not yet completed. Still, we are having a lot of things that I will cover in the advanced level. Again, I will come back here and there. Okay, this is basic SQL Server architecture, how it is working. internally. How it is working internally. So now we are going a step ahead, one step ahead. Okay. So, sir, there is nothing to discuss more on the relational engine. Okay, because here the one of the major heart is query optimizer. Okay, so when we are discussing update stats, when we are discussing cardinality estimation, I will focus more on this query optimizer. We'll focus more on the query optimizer. As of now, no need to worry, sir. Just whatever we learn now, that's too good for us. Okay. So in advanced level, again, I will come back with the major thing is query optimizer, because how that plan is preparing, what is that cost base, what is that selectivity base, what is that selectivity means cardinality estimation, what is happening in the cardinality estimation. Okay, before SQL Server 2014, what is happening from SQL Server 2014, what is happening, especially when you go to the cardinality estimation, all that stuff we'll see, sir. As of now, no need to worry. Okay, let's focus on storage part, sir. Okay, let's focus on storage. Today is a little bit about the how your data is storing, how your data is storing. Now you know that how your query is processing. Now you know that how your query is processing. I explained only reads, correct? From yesterday also, yesterday I explained only read. Today also I explained just reads, correct? Only select statement. Select is nothing but reading, sir. Okay, like bank statement, credit card statement, electricity bill, water bill, reading. Okay, reading is nothing but select statement. Okay, select statement. But what about business transactions? If you are performing insert, update, delete, how SQL Server will work internally, correct? Right, sir? Whenever you are reading, you understood little bit. Okay, but whenever I am writing, I'm inserting data, I am updating data, I'm deleting my data. So when you go to the bank, I need to open my bank account. Means you are inserting your data. I need to update my address, mobile number, okay, other details. I need to update. That will go for updates. I need to close the account. That will go for delete. Correct? Basically, throughout the global, we'll do these three only. Even when you go for Amazon or Flipkart, you will place the order, inserting. You are tracking the order, reading. You are updating the order, updating. You are canceling the order, deleting. Correct? Are you there? Right, sir? Everyone? So inserting, updating, deleting, selecting. These four are common things. As an entire global, we are doing this thing. Inserting, updating, deleting, selecting. Major things, sir. Major thing. So whenever you are performing business transactions, so technically you should call it as a business transaction, sir. Means inserting, updating, deleting, all this technically you should call it as a business transactions. Okay, business transactions means whenever you are performing business transactions. Okay, how SQL Server is working internally. Okay, before we go and discuss that thing, okay, that thing, let's discuss how your data is storing in SQL Server. Okay, how your data is storing in SQL Server. If you understood this logic, tomorrow I will come with the major concepts, how your data is flowing whenever you are inserting, updating, deleting. Make sense? Tomorrow you can understand a clear cut, sir, how data is flowing while you are inserting or updating or deleting, how the data movement internally. Today you need to understood how our data is storing in SQL Server, entire SQL Server. Okay, that is what our main focus on today, sir. Basically, when you when you install SQL Server, okay, when you install SQL Server, we will create the databases. We will create the databases. Everyone, not only uh, SQL Server, either if you go for Oracle or if you go for PostgreSQL, if you go for DB2, every database management system, they will create the databases. Okay, database is nothing but a collection of objects which are arranged in the proper format, sir. It's not like a, sir, Excel is a database. You know that Excel, everyone knows about Excel, sir. Excel is a database where you can store your data, right? Okay. Take, think about 15 to 20 years ago, sir. 15 years ago, this data, sir, when you were just started your company, for example, you just started your company, will you directly go and purchase the SQL licenses? No, right? You will just keep all your records in the Excel sheets only. Even lots of companies are using Excel as a database. And even you can get the best salaries if you know the Excel, sir. Who can earn almost 70 to 80,000 per month if you know the Excel? You can do complex calculation in Excel sheet. Okay, Excel is also database. Even Word document is also database. Even what wherever you are writing something, that act as a database only, sir. But which is not properly organized, and if you wanted to read, if you wanted to write, it may take longer time, correct? Yes or no? But databases, when you go to the databases which are organized, and you can easily modify, easily retrieve, easily read, sir. These are the main visible. See, when you go to the database, we are having lots of objects. Table is object, view is object. Okay, so when you go to here, stored procedure is object, functions are objects, database triggers are objects. So multiple objects which are maintaining by the developers. But even this is not under our scope. You must and should know about the terminology, sir.
Hello,
Yes.
Subbu bro. Hello.
Yes.
I have to leave the meeting right now. I just got the call that my friend father died.
Oh,
So
sorry.
later I finish this from YouTube. Okay.
Sure, sure. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, everyone clear? So there are multiple objects, sir. Table, views, stored procedure, functions, triggers, everything will be maintained by developers. But even though they are maintaining everything, but as a DBA, you must and should know how all these objects will work. Okay, I'm going to take a separate session, sir. Mostly Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Thursday you will get it. How the developers will work. Okay, so that you will get better idea what are each and every point we will touch. Not in depth, but at least maximum point I will touch, so that at least you know that how
Yeah, so it
developers
is
are
it is
working.
it is better to like avoid the friction, right, while working. And that application guys say that my query is right, but like you there is a issue on the database side, like what we face on a daily basis. So there is always a conflict between application team and a database team. So
Yes.
we can avoid that, right? If you know, like
No, we must and should know, sir, a little bit. I'm not
yeah,
saying complete development, but you must and should know. At least you should understand this query, right?
correct.
Otherwise, how you can troubleshoot, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, configuration you can search in Google, you can get it. Again, lock shifting configuration, mirroring configuration. Configuration you can get it, sir. But troubleshooting is most important in entire our trainings. That is the one biggest challenge. Like, otherwise, everyone will blame the DBA people. Everyone will blame the DBA people. Hey, my Windows team will blame. Hey, Windows is okay. Storage team will blame. Okay, storage is okay. Then what DBA team will do, sir? If you are so silent, everything will come into on your top of head only. Not only this one, sir. Every technology. If you're sitting silent, everything will comes on your head. Then you need to take the risk that time. That's the reason I'm telling. If you're just connecting and just sitting idle without open your mouth, okay, then you need to face the consequence once you enter into the organization. Sir, in the day, initial day itself, because initial day, this is just starting phase of my our training, not my our training. Okay, once you enter into the organization, you will never get a time to learn, sir. Maximum. You are busy with your work, you are busy with your outside the world, inside the world, two worlds. You are professional, your career, your life. That is the one thing. One more thing is you need to handle the calls. That is the biggest challenge. Okay, the people who are telling that okay, we will support for this one, we will support for this one, they can support, but who will handle the calls? They will handle the calls, or you need to handle the calls? You only need to handle the calls, customer calls. Whatever they are saying, you can't understand. Whatever you are saying, they are can't understand. That will make so complex. So try to open up your mouth and make this as a meeting, not a training. Okay, just speak in English or try to understand. Okay, here no one will say anything, sir. You are in learning phase, everyone. So you need to attend the meetings, sir. That is the most toughest challenge in real world. And you need to write the emails. Second toughest challenge. Someone can help you. Okay, do that one, go this one, that one. Or you can do. But again, don't you should not rely on someone because this is not their environment, your environment. One of our not his student, okay, I we he got opportunity and he want to support. Okay, I tell him to restart the server. On tension, he shut down the server, production server, shut down. Who will bring, sir? If you restart, no worries. Your server will come to online after restart. But if you shut down, entire VM is down. You don't have any control to bring the server, sir. Any control to bring the server. Windows team only. Again, you need to contact Windows team. They will definitely ask why you shut down the server. I hope you are getting what you are thinking basically. Uh, all your brain, like most of the people, brains are not working, sir. Basically, they simply want something. I don't know what is that something. You need to handle everything in real world. If you know in and out only, you can handle, sir. Otherwise, that is the biggest stuff. So in my environment, I can restart the VMs. In your environment, you should not restart the VMs. That I don't know really. What I told, okay, you can restart. Go on, restart. You restarted. That will make one escalation. Who told you to restart? You tell Subus are told to restart. No, right? Someone told to restart. That is the one of the biggest. India is doing all this bullshit stuff in the social media, and we are also reading that content, right? And we are also becoming the same.
There has to be some written communication, right? Like if someone is telling
Yes.
to restart or like to reboot or something, I mean, there has to be a written communication on the mail or on the team chat
So
or
we
something.
know, sir. Basically,
Yeah,
when you are taking KT, we need to take proper KTs,
correct.
knowledge transfers. Then only you need to become strong, sir. SQL, okay, someone can help, but project, you need to help us.
Sure.
There are a lot of flaws, sir. Again, not sure most of the people are wasting their
But
careers,
like
wasting
Subbu,
their
like
life.
I observed the over the years, right? Suppose you are the principal DBA in our organization, I joined your organization, so you have this fear that like, okay, if I give all the Rahul, then what will happen is like over time, over times like span of some time, like he can take over me. Like I will not be that much important in the organization because I know the process. These sort of things also go on like
No
in
hide
real
and
life.
seek,
Yeah,
sir. Everything you should not tell.
yeah, yeah,
See, can you say everything to your mom, whatever you are saying outside?
yeah. No, no. No, no,
Just
but like,
kidding. No,
yeah,
just
yeah,
kidding.
correct, correct, correct.
Like
But
hide
like,
and seek,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. But in terms of process, like you
No, I
should,
think we are diverting the
we should,
topic.
No, 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 no. We'll go. Actually, I just wanted to inform only that part. Okay. No, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Yes. No, basically, a database is our main concept, sir. Once you install the SQL Server, you need to create the databases. Major part. Okay. Try to understand. Once you install the SQL Server, oh my God, my job is done. No, sir. You need to create the database. Okay, so database is nothing but collection of your data which is organized, where you can do modifications, reads very quickly than you are expecting in the outside database management system like Excel or flat file or means test document or what, wherever you are storing your data. Is this database is in an organized way. So either it can be Oracle, PostgreSQL, MySQL, wherever, sir, whatever. So you need to create the database where you wanted to store your data in the proper organized formats. Okay, so application, in my application, I can create multiple databases, sir. Okay, I can create a number of databases in like almost 32,000 databases you can create, but maximum in real world we will maintain 100, 200, 3, not 250 also, sir. We'll maintain below only. So too many databases will impact the performance because loads are how use the database sizes are will vary the performance. Okay, we should not encourage too many databases in one instance until your server is so huge, like codes, memory, storage. That time also it will impact the performance if you're having too many databases at one instance. Okay, that is, please make a note down. So everything whatever you are doing, your data will go to the database. So database is our primary object, primary. On that database only we are doing, sir, not you developers. All the developers are doing lot many things within this database. So very important, sometimes in real world, sir, you may get a chance to run the queries. Okay, sometimes you may get a chance to run the queries, deployments, that technically we'll call it as a deployments. When you are deploying, okay, means whenever you are running the queries, make sure that which database they told to run and which database you selected. Here you can select, here also you can see, sir. Double check once before you execute. Okay, please, sir, I'm just requesting everyone, double check once before you execute something, on which database user is requested and which database you are executing. That is so important, sir. That is so important. Okay, one point. So database is our primary, sir, where you are going to store all your data. So once you create a database, so right click on database, go and create a database. Once you create a database, what is happening internally, Subbu? Okay, it will create two files by default. It will create two files, sir. One is, okay, mdf file, dot mdf file. One is dot ldf file. Two files will be created. Whenever you create a database, two files will be created. One is .mdf files, one is .ldf files. MDF file stands for data files, data files, or okay, you can call it as a data files. You can call it as a primary data file. Okay, you can call it as a data file. You can call it as a primary data file, or you can call it as a master data file, whatever names are. But technically, most of the people loves to call data file. Okay, MDF stands for data file, where your actual data is storing in this file, sir. And LDF stands for log data file. Log data file. Data file. Log data file means all your change related information. Means whatever you are changing, like inserting, updating, deleting, whatever you are changing, all the changes before it go to the MDF file, it will go to the LDF file. That you will understand tomorrow, sir. So tomorrow session is so important for everyone. Everyone, sir. Okay, please make a note down. Okay, whatever the changes you are performing, that can be insert or update or delete, whatever the changes you are performing, all the changes will go to the LDF file before it go to the MDF file for safety purpose. Make a sense? So whenever you create a database, by default, two files will be created on the respective location. On the respective location, wherever you are choosing, right? On that respective location, it will create the files like this. Here you can get it, sir. data file, log file, data file. Here you will get the one more file called secondary data file. Okay, you can also create one more file called .ndf, secondary data file, data file, data files. Okay, this file only will store the data. You can create n number of ndf files to improve the performance. So why we will create secondary data file, Subbu, means, okay, so sir, if your small database, no need to worry. Okay, for example, today your database size is 500 GB. Okay, after 1 month it is going to 1 TB. After 2 more months it is going to 2 TB. Okay, if you are keeping 2 TB of data in a single file, definitely it will impact the performance, right? If you wanted to read, if you wanted to modify, it will impact the performance or not? Yes or no? So 2 TB one file size is, one this file size is. Whenever you wanted to read, whenever you wanted to write into that data file, obviously your performance will impact, sir. To improve the performance, okay, to improve the performance, we will create secondary data files, and we will move some data from this file to this file, this file to this file. We'll move this so that this file will maintain 1 TB of data, this file will maintain 1 TB of data. Okay, we will create one more data file and we'll keep 1 more TB here. That is how it will improve the performance. Okay, not only queries, sir, how your database structure you designed, that is also very important. That will also may impact your performance. So here, performance is our agenda. In different ways the performance will affect, sir. Not only just the people who are already working, not only just it's an index or it's something which is making my query performance is impacting. No, sir. How your server configure, how your storage configure, how your database configure, how your files are configured, all that makes your query to run best or worst. Okay, so whenever you create a database, by default, two files will be created. One is MDF file, one is LDF file, sir. MDF files will contains the actual data. LDF files contains only change related information. What do you mean by that change, sir? Means tomorrow I will explain it, sir. Okay, making sense, everyone?
Yes, Subbu, got it.
Subbu, so in real world, how do you actually, what is the recommended size for MDF?
It's not
See,
recommended, sir. Basically, I won't tell that, okay, this is the size you need to keep MDF file. No, sir, not like that. Okay, how use the databases? That is first thing. Okay, so better, if really it is impacting all the queries, it is impacting, better go for best practices like partitions. Okay, table partitions. Okay, and again partitions, there are vertical partitions, horizontal partitions. When you go for partitions, again you can create n number of data files. Again you can keep the data files in separate disks. It depends on your size of your database, sir. Again, we will discuss that part in advanced level. I will show you the partitions as well. That will make sense, right? Are you there?
yeah.
Yeah. So no worries, sir. We will have one session on partition, because that is very important algorithms they will use. Basically, you won't do, but you also need to be part of that partition activity. Developers will do, sir. It's not your headache. Developer headache, but we also need to be stay back in that call, right? For safety purpose. If suddenly something happened and that file got corrupted, then gone.
No, like Subbu, in our organization, like it is a roles and responsibility of a DBA. So like partition and compression, and they just say that please do that, and then we'll have to do that. So
How, sir? How DBS will do? We don't know what data is available in that
no,
database.
like they give the boundaries, like data boundaries, like we want
Okay.
1 month, 3 month, or like
We are
6.
we are we are not a developers who can design the partition queries.
Okay.
That is the one headache with all the managers, sir.
Yeah.
Everything they will keep on top of their head, and that will comes into our headache only.
Correct.
We can't do nothing. But if you are getting chance, okay, good, sir. You
Yeah.
are learning,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But we'll have a session. No worries.
Yeah. Like, yeah, right. Partition and compression will be covered, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Most of the concepts are important concept, but only one thing is need to time. Time is very important for me. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
even in SQL Server, I mean, you can roll back your changes, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can roll
Okay,
back.
okay. So those the previous image, it would be there in the log data.
Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow you'll understand, sir, more.
Okay.
Just bear with me one more day. Okay.
Yeah.
Because just I'm briefing about how the algorithm internally working. Tomorrow we'll see. I will draw something and I will present everything in the picture format, in and out, so that you
Yeah.
will understood how the flow is happening internally.
Okay.
Like
So
if your Oracle, like same almost how the data flow in Oracle also, SQL also same. But here and there will be a little bit changes.
so by default, only 2 data files are created when you create a database.
Yeah, 2 files will be created, sir.
Okay.
How it is creating only 2 files, that will cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Because once we need to install. So once we install SQL, we will discuss all these steps, sir, one by one. Okay, on Friday. On Friday or Thursday, we'll go for install, then we'll go for development. Yeah. On Thursday we'll install the SQL server. On Friday, we'll go for development and the DBA part, Friday and Saturday. Okay.
Yeah. And one more question, like,
Yep.
so if you're doing a big select, let's say like it has to do some sorting and everything. So where does your data are kept at that point?
Buffer only, sir. Data cache.
Okay, it's kept like what happens if your buffer cache is actually
It
exhausted?
will spill the data in tempdb. It will place some data in the base file.
The
Okay.
MDL file?
Yes. Almost for what you been Oracle, right? We will keep in the base files.
Okay.
SQL, and it will spill the data from tempdb, temporary database, and most wanted database is like a dustbin. We can keep everything here.
Okay. Okay.
A simple for your understanding, it's a public toilet. Everyone can use without any permission. Background, so many processes are using that one, but we don't know really until unless we go and deep dive about tempdb. So we'll see, sir, all that stuff. No worries. Okay, I will show you the demo as well. How if memory is not available, what will happen to the query when it will go to the tempdb to spill the data. Okay, under tempdb what's happening, how to track, because this is the one of the toughest troubleshooting, and you must and should know about this troubleshooting, sir. Rest I am not worrying, but this is the one thing where everyone need to worry. tempdb troubleshoot. That's what's up. I am just briefing now all this 1 month. Next month, after 45 days only, actual concept will start. Until then, we will brief most of the concepts, because again I will come back these concepts again with the practicals. That time you will understood. Okay, there we discuss only about MDB. Now we are discussing more architectures, internal, everything we'll see, sir. No worries. Okay, so finally, what I mean to say, so database is our primary objects are in entire instance. In entire instance, database is your primary objects where you are storing your entire data. On that database where you are storing, sir, only in the MDF files. Only in the MDF files or NDF files. Okay, log files will contains only change related information. What do you mean by the change, Subbu? Tomorrow we'll see, sir. Okay, make a note, everyone clear? Database is nothing but collection of objects. What are the objects are available? Tables, views, indexes, functions, stored procedures, triggers, cursors, n number of objects, materialized views. Okay, so these are all the objects. Who will perform? Developers, sir. You no need to worry. So what data they are storing also we don't know, sir, basically, until unless you deep dive about this application. What is our agenda? Make sure that SQL need to run, make sure that DB need to run, make sure that everything need to give the best performance. That is our responsibility. What they are storing, mostly we no need to worry about that stuff. Until unless they are coming for some help to the DBS only, we need to worry. So what I mean to say, when you are running something, please double check once under which database you are running, sir, here or here. That is very, very important, sir. Okay, or better you can do one thing. Okay, use database name. Okay, go. Now you can run the query. It will go to this database. Okay, better, sir, double check once. Don't blindly run the scripts. So definitely every week once you will go for the deployment activity. Okay, they will provide some bunch of scripts you need to execute, but couple of projects you won't do the deployment activities, sir. Okay, but couple of projects you may get a chance to do the deployment activity, depends on your project. Okay, that time every week they will go, every 2 weeks they will go deployments. Okay, when you are getting the deployment activities you need to little bit more careful. Okay, under which database you are trying to execute. Okay, double check once. That is very, very important, sir. Now, so your data is storing in the data files. Okay, in the data files, in the data files, in which format your data is storing, sir? That is also very important, right? Correct? In the data files, how our data is storing, whatever you are inserting or updating or deleting or creating, how your data is storing. So if you wanted to answer that question, your data is storing in the form of pages. Your data is storing in the form of pages in SQL Server. So like when you open the Word document, when you open Word document, okay, WordPad. So what you will see, okay, you will get the header, you will get the footer, and you will get the actual data. Correct? Yes or no? Like same, like same. A page architecture is also same, sir. This is your page, okay, which is size of 8 KB, 8 kilobytes. Your page size will be header, footer, and data rows. This is a header, this is footer, and this is data rows. Data rows. Actual data is storing here, sir. Like one, okay, Hari, 5,000, okay, two, Jamal, 10,000, okay, three, Mohan, 15,000. Your data is storing. This is how your data is storing in the database. Database. Okay, till SQL Server 2012, sir. Now also we are storing this format only, but we have one more algorithm. Okay, we have one more algorithm. This is row, in row data storage, sir. In row means your data is storing in the base in the row format, in the row format. But we have one more technique, that is nothing but column store. Column store. Okay, that is specially introduced from the SQL Server 2012. In case if you enable that feature, then your data will store in the form of columns. Only columns. Only this column will store in the page. That we'll see later, sir. We'll see it in the later. You know, you forget about that technique now. As of now, okay. As of now, your data is storing in the in row. That is the default behavior of SQL Server. That is the default behavior. So whenever you are trying to create or insert or update or delete, it will store your data in the form of pages. Each page size is 8 KB, sir. One page size is 8 kilobyte. Can I increase? No, it is fixed 8 KB. Out of that 8 KB, okay, 96 bytes are header session, okay, and 2 bytes are footer session, and remaining 8036 bytes are Okay, data rows. Data rows. Total 8 KB, 96 bytes is a header. Header. What information is storing in the header means page ID, page ID, object ID, okay, page type, okay, how many slots are available. This is very important. The slots. Slots is nothing but how many records are available. If you see that slots are 5, means 5 records are available in this page. If you see that slots are 10, 10 records are available. We will see this, sir, how the page looks like in coming sessions. Okay, I will go into the page and I will show you how the page looks like. No worries at all. Okay, and it contains next page information, previous page information, free space information, allocated space information. All that information will be stored in the header, page ID, page type, object ID. Okay, which object data it is storing, like which object data it is storing, how many slots are available, what is the allocated space, free space, next page, previous page. All that information will be stored in the header, page header, which is size of 96 bytes. Okay, and your data is storing in the data rows here, your data. Once this page is filled, it will create one more page and it will start storing the data in the that page. Fourth, okay, 4 Rahul, 20,000. Okay, 5 Sangeeta, okay, 25,000. So it will start storing in the next page. Once this page got full, it will create one more page, it will allocate one more page, and it will start loading the data into the that page. And all your data is moving from the footer. Your data is entering from the footer. That technically you should call it as a row offset. Row offset. Whatever you are inserting, okay, all your data is moving from the footer. That technically you should call it as a row offset.
So what
Eh,
do you mean by like it will be moving through the footer? Like how means? Can you just elaborate more on that? Like
Simple, sir. See, see, row offset will maintain the record ID, which
okay,
record has been enter into the database. So from somewhere need to enter into the page, right?
yeah,
Simply,
yeah.
simply Microsoft can't go into the page, right? From where your data footer, from the footer, it is going. Okay, this object ID, record ID will be maintained in the footer session.
Means you mean to say that first fifth record will be written and then the fourth, or like how? It's,
I'm not understanding. Oh, this
uh,
one.
yeah,
This
this
one
also.
will maintain the record ID, sir. Which record ID has been entered, that ID will be maintained in the row offset. And you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
see, sir,
yeah. No,
basically.
no, no. That is fine. But like you said that the data will move from the row offset. So like means how this like means like the fourth record will be written first and then the fifth, right? Or like it will
Oh,
be
order how you are inserting.
okay,
How you are inserting.
okay,
You are inserting in the sequence order, or you are inserting some jambling order.
okay,
That depends, right? But data will go into the page from the footer, sir. Which records are you are inserting, that record ID will maintain by the row offset.
okay, okay. Sure. Thank
Row
you.
offset. Header will maintain the history about your page, entire
Okay,
your page.
okay,
And the actual data is storing in the data row, sir. And the page KB is 8 KB. And this is how your structure looks like. Can I
Uh,
increase? No. Can I decrease? No. Nothing, sir. It's a
Subbu,
fixed. Yes.
what are in headers?
Header, page ID, object ID, slots. Slots are very important, sir. I will show you, sir. No worries.
Okay,
Okay.
correct me if I am wrong. Okay, object ID is based on the object ID only we can find this records are belongs to this table, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
Object ID, sir. Very important is object ID.
okay.
Slots. Slots are also very important. Slots are nothing but how many records, sir. Object ID will tell us which table that record is. Records are like employee table, customer table. See, we are having n number of tables. In real world also we'll see n number of objects. See, okay, n number of objects. Okay, say person dot password, person dot email address. Okay, Sales dot person credit card, sales dot sales order details, sales order header, sales dot sales order header sales. Okay, sales dot person, sales dot region, sales dot tax rate, sales dot territory, sales dot territory history. So you are having n number of objects. So which object data is storing on that page? How you can get means by tracking the object ID. By tracking the object ID, we'll get to know which object data is storing in this database.
Okay, got it.
We'll see, sir. I will show you when we are deep diving about the indexes. Okay, I will show you how the internal structure looks like. No worries. Good point. I hope everyone understood. So within your data files, okay, within your data files, there are pages. Why it is coming? Okay, within your MDF files, there are pages. Okay, your data is storing in the pages. Actually, your data is storing in the form of pages. Each page size is 8 KB. Each page size is 8 KB, which is storing complete your information. That is the actual concept, sir. Your data is storing in the pages. This page you should call it as a data page. Data pages. Data page. Okay. This is first layer. On top of this, there is one more layer, sir. That is nothing but extent. Here only most of the people will get confused. Extents. Extents. Okay. How you are getting that pages means in the form of extents. How you are getting that pages? Who is creating that pages, sir? Who is creating that pages? Your extents are creating the pages. Your extents are creating the pages internally. Extent is nothing but 8 continuous consecutive data pages. 8 continuous pages. We will call it as one extent. 8 pages, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, 6, 7, 8. So 8 continuous pages, technically we'll call it as a one extent. 8 continuous consecutive continuous data pages, we'll call it as a one extent. One extent. So you are allocating that pages are getting allocated in the form of extents. In the extent, then who is creating that extent? We will see, sir, in the just wait for 5 more minutes. First try to understand the logic. Okay, extents. On top of the database data pages, there is a concept called extents. So extent is nothing but 8 continuous data pages, we'll call it as a one extent. The size of extents is 64 kilobytes. So each page size is 8 KB. 8 into 8, 64. One extent size is 64 kilobytes. One extent size is 64 kilobytes. Once it create the extents, once it create one extent, who will? Your data files are internal algorithms. Once it create one extent, okay. Now, for example, you are trying to load the data. You are inserting. You are inserting. So you are inserting 10 records. Okay. 3 records fit in this page. Okay. 3 records it will fit in this page. One second. Okay, 4 records it is fit in this page. Okay, 3 more records it is fit in page. Now how many pages are free? 5 pages are free. Only whatever you perform insert, with this insert only this 3 pages has been consumed and rest of the pages also free. Assume someone other user who is also performing some inserts on different object, on different object. Okay, on different object. That time also sometimes it will go into this extents. So here he is inserting 15 more records. Here most of the people will little bit confused, sir. Hold for tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Hold for tomorrow, sir. Okay. Here you are getting some more records here. So when you see 8 pages contains different objects data. So these 3 pages are one object data. This here 15 records, right? 5 records, 5 records, 5 records. These 3 objects, these 3 pages are different object data. These 3 pages are different object data. Then this extent you need to call it as a mixed extent. Extent. Mixed extents. Mixed extent means 8 pages contains different object data. 8 pages, your 8, whatever the extent is created, right? On that 8 pages, if it stores different object data, then technically you should call it as a mixed extents. Mixed extents. If that 8 pages contains single object data, if that 8 pages contains single object data, then you need to call it as a only employee data, then you need to call it as a uniform extent. Uniform extent. There are two types of extents will be created by SQL Server. One is uniform extent, one is mixed extents. This 8 pages contains single object data or not. If it contains single object data, then you should call it as a uniform extent. If that 8 pages contains different object data, then you need to call it as a mixed extents. Maybe this 10 records belong to employee table, this 15 records to belong to department table. That you need to call it as a uniform extents and mixed extents. See, okay. If a table contains single object data, then you need to call it as a uniform extent. If a table contains multiple table data, then you need to call it as a mixed extents. Clear? Not clear? These two concepts. Clumsy, but try to understand the logic, sir. Actually, what data is storing in the pages, you should not confuse. Okay, please don't get confused. Your data is storing in the pages only. Then what is the extents? How these pages are creating? In the form of extents. In the form of extents, your pages are creating internally. Okay, again, extents are two types. One is mixed extents, one is uniform extent. What is uniform extents? If 8 pages contain single object data, you need to call it as uniform extents. If 8 pages contains mixed object data, then you need to call it as a mixed extents.
uh, Page is a physical thing and extent is a logical thing, right?
Sorry.
Page is a physical object and extent is a logical thing, right? Like there is nothing called as extent, but like it's a group of pages. We call it as a logical extent, right? Like it is a logical thing.
Yes, you can think
Yeah.
like the same. Yes.
Okay.
So who is allocating that pages are extents? In the form of extents only, the pages are allocating basically in the backend. In the backend pool, how you are getting that pages means extents. But buffer don't know about the extents, sir. Just idea for everyone. Buffer don't know about the extents. Your buffer data cache don't know about the extents. Your data cache knows only the pages. First time you are listening, no need to think about all that stuff. It's okay, sir, for you. This is too good. How your data is storing in the database in the form of pages. Who is allocating your pages? Extents are allocating your pages. What is extents? 8 data pages, will call it as a one extent. How many type of extents? Two types of extents. Okay, all are very important questions only, sir. Definitely will get all these questions in the interview. What is extents? How many types of extents are? What is space? Can I increase the space size? All that stuff definitely they will ask you. Questions? No questions?
Yeah, who allocate the extents?
That's what, sir. I will explain you, sir. Just hold for 5 minutes. There is internal algorithm, sir. Okay. I hope no questions, right? Actually, what data is storing in the form of pages. A blind idea, sir. Okay. Blindly, you need to think, okay, what data is storing in the form of pages. How that pages are allocating? Extents in the form of extents. What is extents? 8 consecutive pages will call it as a one extent. 8 continuous pages will call it as extents, sir. Okay, the extent size is 64 kilobytes. Okay, it contains two types of extents. One is mixed extents, one is uniform extents. Mixed extent means 8 pages contains the different object data. Technically, we'll call it as a mixed extents. Can I really go and look into this every day, Subbu? No. No, sir, not at all. You never go and look all this stuff in your day-to-day life. These are all internal algorithms. But you wanted to know about the flow, sir. Otherwise, it's a highly impossible to when you are troubleshooting something. Troubleshooting may come up with a different, sir. It's highly impossible. So we mustn't should know all these concepts. Okay. Okay. Now, no questions, right? Everyone clear? Yes. Everyone say yes, sir, at least.
But Subbu, like, are there any chances of missing pages?
Yes, sir. Sometimes. Yeah.
So how
Sometimes.
to?
That's what. Yeah. We'll cover, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. You may find the ghost records, ghost entries. Okay. We'll see. Let's touch back the basic concepts, sir. No worries.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Sir, what is the size of the row offset?
2 bytes, ma'am. 2 bytes. 2 bytes. 2 bytes. And header
That
size is
size is 96.
96 bytes. Just metadata. Actual data is in the data rows only. Metadata, all both are metadata only. Metadata
Size of the
related,
data rows?
like 8036, 8096 differs. But total is 8 KB. What is the size? 8192 bytes. But someone will tell 8096, 8036. Different images. Okay. Now once we are good, sir. Now what is page you understood? What is the extent you understood? Now in SQL Server, we are having different pages, sir. Now actual concepts start a little bit. Okay. In SQL Server, we are having different pages. Database is the main page, sir, where your data is storing. PFS, okay, GAM, sgam, okay, DCM, BCM, IAM, okay, boot page, okay, text and image page. These many pages are available in SQL Server. Okay, data page is actual, sir, where you are storing your data. Okay, don't get confused. Where you are storing data, data pages. Okay, don't get confused at all. Your data is storing in the data pages only. Now we are having PFS page, GAM page, sgam page, DCM page, BCM page, IAM page, boot page, text page, image page. These many pages are available in SQL Server. These many pages are available in the SQL Server. Why? What exactly all these pages are doing? So each page having its own responsibility. Each page having its own responsibilities, sir. Its own responsibility. Whenever it time starts, it will do its work. Until then, arams it will, for example, it is in sleepy mode always. Until unless when it time starts only, all the pages will start wake up and do their respective rules, their respective roles. But where your data is storing, data pages. Don't get confused at all. Please, sir, again, don't get confused at all. Your data is storing in the data pages. First point clear, sir, everyone? Before I start about all these pages.
Yeah, clear, Subbu.
Yeah. Okay. And one more thing, sir. DCM I am not explaining. BCM I'm not explaining. IAM I'm not explaining in this today. Okay. DCM I will explain in the backups. BCM I will explain in the recovery model. IAM, I will explain in the index. Respective sessions, sir. Each having respective sessions, like DCM will help in the backups, BCM will help in the recovery model, IAM will help in the indexes. So when we are discussing these respective sessions, I will explain about these 3 pages. Make sense? Okay. If you are having any questions on this page, hold, sir, until the session starts. Because when I am explaining this page on that day, it makes so sense. Okay. Today it's just like a magic. I don't want to do magic, sir. Let's go into that day. Anyhow, we are discussing on that concepts in depth. On same day, I will explain you about, and I will show you that page as well. Yeah, please make a note down, sir. Now, first page. Okay, the first page is the PFS page. Page free space. Okay, sir. There will be order. There will be order internally. There will be order internally, sir. How simply, sir? This is MDF file. This is your MDF file. Oh, where is our GAM page? Where is our PFS page? Where is our SGAM page, DCM page, BCM page, blah blah blah? Where is that? Internally in the file, these files are available, and those files are in a sequence order. When you go for what is the sequence of these files means, the first page you will get is the PFS page. First page is the PFS page, which is tracking all the data pages, free space information related to that object. PFS page will contains all the data pages, free space information. Sir, otherwise simply if it is creating, sir, for example, take a Word document to understand. So once you fill the data in this page, what you will do? You will go for next page only, right? Or you will just sit idle. Okay, my job is done. There is no page. Or you will go for next page. You will go for next page, right? Definitely. So enter, enter, enter. You are going for the next page. Hey, come on here. Why it is not going? Yeah, next page. See, next page. Like same, you are creating the pages. Who is creating? Okay, someone is creating the pages in SQL Server. Whether that page is completely filled with the data or that page contains some free space information, someone need to track, right? Who is tracking? Your PFS page is tracking. Your PFS page is tracking each database free space information.
So Subbu, that this set of pages will be one set of pages per database or like per file?
Sorry, it's an
So
object, sir.
no.
Every object.
Yeah. Like, see, suppose I am having a demo database. In that demo database, I might have like a five.
No. Wait. Let
Yeah.
me complete my. Then you will understand, sir.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold for a
Okay.
while.
Okay.
Okay. Don't get confused. So I SQL Server is creating a number of data files. These many data files are available, sir. Okay. You told right just now. You told right, Subbu. In page header, it is storing the free space information. Correct. Every page is tracking free space information by itself. Correct. Just now we discussed right. Page header contains free space information, allocate information. Okay, fine. Now what is the PFS page is doing? Okay, PFS page is tracking all the data pages free space information. So whenever you are trying to perform certain things, first it will go to the PFS page to see which page related to that object contains the free space. It will go and it will try to load the data into that page. I hope now you got it right. Yes or no? Otherwise, how it can go to in the only that page? Who is telling that PFS page is telling so and so database contains the free space? Try to go and load the data. Try to for your understanding, sir. Internally, there are thousands of algorithm Microsoft. You don't know, me don't know, no one knows. Internally, there are thousands of algorithms. internally, but I don't want to make so complex. Okay, just simplifying. I'm telling sir, whenever you are loading some data, first it will go to the PFS to see which page is having free space. Then it will try to load the data. Make a sense, everyone?
Yeah.
No, no one will go and see all this stuff in real world. You never, sir. But try to understand the logics. Hear the logics. I'm not saying more complex, not making more complex. How the algorithm Microsoft designed, okay, but how it is working. So e- each database having header session, each database will track the free space information. Okay, that's fine, I'm agree. But what is the PFS page responsibility? Your PFS page is tracking all the data pages free space information, all the data pages free space information with the help of percentage, with help of percentage, sir. Like, see, PFS page record all the allocation status of each page, whether an individual page has been allocated, and that amount of free space on each page. Who is tracking? PFS page is tracking in the form of bytes. One in the form of percentage, sir. 1 to 50%. Okay, this 1 to 50, all the page information will be available here. 50 to 80, that page's information is available here. 81 to 95, that page's information is available here. 95 to 100, that page's information is available in the form of percentage. Your PFS page is tracking the free space information internally. Make a sense now, everyone? Are you there?
Yeah, I got it, Subbu.
Okay, please make a note on just now. Again, you will get confused, sir. I will explain you. Okay. Next, what is the page is nothing but GAM page. Global allocation map. Global allocation map. GAM page. GAM stands for global allocation map. Okay. You mustn't should remember all these pages, sir. One of the most important entry question. I am not discussing that you need to go deeper and deeper to explain. No, not at all. But at least you need to remember these page names. Okay. And the algorithms. Okay. So what is the GAM page? Okay, Subbu, just now you told that extent, blah, blah, something, right? Who is allocating that extent? Your GAM page is allocating the extent. Who is allocating that extents? Your GAM page is allocating the extents. From the GAM page, you are getting the one extents. So one GAM page size is 4 GB. One GAM page size is 4 GB, which contains 64,000 extents information. Subbu sir, if you are telling that GAM page size is 4 GB, my database itself not 4 GB, right? Then how I can trust you? My database size is 16 MB only. You are telling that GAM page size is 4 GB. How I can trust you? Sir, it's not pre-allocated. It will grow up to 4 GB. When you start loading the data, see, when you take a test document, okay, when you take a test document, when you take a Word document, when you start loading, your file size increase, right? Or immediately when you create a file, it will be 1 TB file? No, right? Are you understanding? Immediately when you create a test document, when you create a Word document, the file size is 1 TB? No. When you just start loading, your file sizes keep on growing. It will grow maximum to the disk capacity, correct? Yes or no? Like same, your GAM page is grow up to 4 GB. For example, one GAM page contains 64,000 extents information. Okay, information. You are creating one table. For this table, 8 extents wanted. It will go to here, get the 8 extents. So now you are having 63,992 extents are free. are free. Now again you try to insert. It required 15 more extents. It will take from here until it will become 0. Once it allocated 64,000 extents, again it will create one more GAM page with the 64,000 extents. Once that extents is also filled, it will create one more extents with the 64,000 extents. Once that is also filled, it will create one more extent. That is the algorithm designed internally. One GAM page size is 64,000 extents. Then how SQL Server knows, Subbu, this extents has been allocated, this extents has been free. Okay, Microsoft is making in the formula called 0 and 1. 0 and 1. 1 means the extent, see, if the bit is 1, if the bit is 1, okay, the extent is being used as a mixed extent. Means 1 is means the extent has been used. 0 means the extent is currently not in use. That is how Microsoft is tracking. Oh, sorry. Here, sorry. Okay. Okay. 1 means the extent is free, sir. Sorry. 1 means the extent is okay. If the bit is 1, the extent is free. If the bit is 0, the extent is allocated. That is how Microsoft is tracking internally. So who is getting your allocation? Is GAM. Sorry, GAM. GAM page is allocating your extent, sir. Whenever you are performing inserts, you need pages. From where it is getting pages? From the GAM page. From the GAM page, you are getting the pages and it start loading the data into that page. And it is making whatever the extents has been allocated for so and so object, it is making 0. And the extents free, it is just still making 1. Clear? Not clear? Are you there, everyone?
Yeah, need to go through once again.
It's very simple, sir. Don't make complex. That's what I told you, right? Don't keep your brain into this. Very simple logic. When you are trying to create an object, when you are trying to load the data, okay, it need extents. From where it is getting? From the GAM page. What is the size of GAM page? 4 GB. How many extents it contains? 64,000 extents. Okay, once that extent has been allocated to so and so object, it will make it as a 0, and the free extents which will make it as a 1 only. That's it, sir.
Okay. So after all these 64,000 extents has been filled, it will make another GAM?
Another GAM, sir.
Okay.
So Subbu, like once it's allocate, like it will consider to be allocated, right? So it is not concerned whether it is written or not
Oh,
written.
sir,
Like
sir. Wait, sir. Wait. That's what. Don't get hurry. Next concept is that only.
Okay.
Okay. You
Okay.
understood this concept or not?
Yeah.
Everyone.
Subbu, yeah.
Okay. So why the PFS page is came to the picture, sir? Because every individual page is tracking the free space. Okay, I can agree. But all the pages information somewhere need to store, right? This is the PFS page. So every database PFS page information is storing by PFS, correct? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes. Like same GAM page. Okay, GAM is allocating. GAM is allocating the extent. How you can guarantee that that extent is completely filled with the data, or that extent is having some free space? SGAM. SGAM. The next page is SGAM page. So SGAM page knows whatever the extent is allocated to so and so object, that extent is completely filled with the data, or that contains some free space. Who will maintain, sir? SGAM will maintain. What is the size of SGAM? Same, 4 GB. But it is not allocating. It is maintaining the metadata. Sir, your data is storing in the data pages only. You should not confuse. After learning all this, you should not confuse. Your data is storing in the data pages only. Then what is this all, Subbu? Means metadata, allocations, metadata, all these internal algorithms. So SGAM will maintain extends free space information. That's it, sir. In a simple understanding, you don't want go to the material. You don't want research something. Very simple answer. SGAM will maintain extends free space information. PFA space maintain database free space information.
So PFS, SGAM, both are doing same task.
Same task, repeated task here and there. That's it. But this is extends, that is pages.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't
Got
want.
it.
Yeah, I don't want go on deep dive, sir. What else I can do here? Will you keep your brain into this page? What you will see? Nothing. Your brain will die. Very simple ideas are here. A simple logic. Who is maintaining extends information? SGAM. SGAM will tell that okay, this extent is free. Go and load the data. That again, extends also contains the pages only. In that page which is maintaining PFS page. Again, it will go and verify the internally. It is doing n number of mechanisms, sir. N number of mechanisms internally. But at least you should understood some logics. Okay, now I understood. Okay, our data is storing in the data pages. Each database will maintain is free space. Apart from this, even PFS page will also maintain the free space. Okay, fine. Who is allocating extents? GAM page. Okay, if the zero, if it is zero, it is allocated. If it is one, it is free. Okay, what is the GAM page size? 4 GB. 4 GB contains 64,000 extents information. Okay, once that GAM page is filled, it will create one more GAM page. Like same, SGAM will also maintain the extends allocation information, whether the extent has been filled with the data or not. If it is filled with the data, okay, it will also maintain one binary value, sir. 1 0 only algorithm. See, if it is a bit is one, SGAM, SGAM, okay. If SGAM having bit for each extent, if it is a one, the extent has been used as a mixed extent and a free space. If it is a one, extent being used and having some free space. If it is a zero, the extent is not used. Again, don't get confused, sir. All these terminologies. Make very simple answer. If extent is one, okay, that extent is allocated and having some free space. If it is a zero, it is completely with the data. There is no free space. For your understanding, simple understanding. I don't want to make more complex. A zero, it is filled with the data. There is no space. There is no space in that extent. Extent means pages. There is no spaces in the pages. It is filled with the data. That is maintaining by SGAM. And most confusing concept is two basically. GAM allocating, SGAM getting the information whether that having free space or not. That's it, sir.
Yes, but why did they mention here it as a mixed extent? I mean, just
And
confused.
that's what, sir, I told you, right? Two type of extents, right? Mixed
Yeah,
extent
I
and
got it.
uniform
Yeah,
extent.
I think.
Okay. So basically by default, when you create a table, it will create the mixed extents. I'm having that concept, sir. I will explain
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Means initially I don't want stress more. Okay. I don't want such more overloading everyone. I'm stopping here, sir.
Yeah, I
Just
got these points altogether today. Yeah.
yeah. I'm stopping here. I will continue tomorrow rest pages. I don't want overload to you people in the starting phase. Okay.
Is there a way to remember the pages? Like, can we separate a set of pages like to remember and like
What you will do, sir?
no
Let
no
me ask
like
you a question. What
yeah
you will do basically?
no like so like can we club this GAM and SGAM and DCM BCM and like to remember just like in the data pages like data pages text and images like 3 5 or 5 3 something of that sort, like can we do that?
Easy to, if you know the concept, easy to remember.
Yeah, correct.
No, basically, you need to remember the algorithms. You need to remember the sequence, sir. Basically,
Okay,
sequence.
okay,
Okay, that I will touch the tomorrow. First page is PFS page, sir. Second
okay,
page is GAM page. Third page is SGAM page. Fourth page will false the data page.
okay,
Ninth page will falls the
Boot page.
boot page. 10th page will falls the IAM page.
Yeah, yeah. So we had to remember the order itself, like while
No,
giving
sir.
the answer.
No, but as a best practice, you are a engineers.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
you may become some experienced people. If
Correct.
someone is asking that time, you don't know the sequence. That is too worst case. You need to remember.
Okay, okay.
Otherwise, no one will ask, sir. But this is our strongness of the content.
Correct,
You
correct,
need to remember.
correct.
So Subbu, in interview, like we can mention any order, right?
Sorry.
In interview, like do you need to mention this specific order, or we can say like,
If they're specifically asking about the order, you need to mention, sir.
okay, okay,
PFS page, GAM page, SGAM page, data pages, boot page, IM page.
okay, okay.
I hope you learned something. No? Yes?
Yes, Subbu, learn something.
Yeah. Thank you. See you tomorrow if no questions.
So Subbu, tomorrow, like what topic? Because I may miss that tomorrow. I have shift tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, tomorrow is most critical concept.
Okay.
But no worries. I told you, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Saturday, after that, we will cover. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So tomorrow is most critical concept, sir.
Okay, okay.
3 interview questions, internal algorithms, you will learn.
Okay. So you're gonna cover on Saturday, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Whole this week, you will get 10 questions, sir. Already
Okay.
we covered 2 things. What are the, not 2 things, 4 things. What is the default port number? 1488. That is the one interview question. Can you please explain about SQL architecture? We already covered. What is the page? What is page architecture? We already covered. What is extents? How many types of extents? We already covered. How many types of pages are available? Tomorrow we will complete that one. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All these are interview questions, sir. I will give you a separate material. Okay. If you love that material, you can rate, sir, because I prepared for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just let me stop the recording. Sorry.